Prometheus here, back with some more Warnos, a 10v10. We're gonna start out on neutral and then we'll go over to our point of view because there's a lot of units on the board. So going up against Orbit here on the left side. Miski is here. They're both let's see, Miski is the 39th, Guards Motostraki, and then for Orbit he is playing the 39th as well. So I end up playing against two 39ths at the end of the day. We're going with the 8th mechanized. I think I like to say this is my 8th mechanized reinforced because we have a lot of tanks in this deck compared to what a mechanized should have. So with this, we are coming out. Let's go over to our view. So we're coming out here with a Chaparral for some anti-air, some engineered dragons in the M113s, an Abram, well, one Abram, another dragon team, supply, another Abram. So we're gonna have two tanks out there, a tow 2 and then another tow 2. The idea will be to lock down these two bridges. Our Kiowa warrior up here, it has the Hellfire, and then we're coming in with a Cobra. So this is the Rocket Cobra. Here we go. So being somewhat aggressive, they're a little closer to this area than I am, but I'm hoping what it could be is the Cobras can come up and get in this area and the Kibble Warrior can spot for it, and so it will be actually limiting this push. It's an MI8 recon on the left side, or on the right side. We're gonna bring in two Alpha Jets. They are some slow boys. So we take out their recon on the left side. There's one more recon. We're gonna bring up our Warrior so we can see that. We're gonna bring our Cobra back. Warrior takes a shot, and that is a miss. Let's hide, well, not hide the hub, but the panel. It does get hit on the second one. We saw this UAS unload, so we're gonna bomb here, and then we're going after this plane here. It keeps on going out of line of sight though. We're gonna get the Cobra up to the UAS here. Supplies up, our toes are finally getting in position. We're gonna pull back the Warrior at this point, so he's just scouting. We're gonna use the Cobra here to hit this. The Alpha Jet did not actually see that helo, so we're gonna bring it back around. Actually a pretty good start because the Alpha Jet is only 85 points, so the amount to get anything else is typically about 150 to 200. So we're able to come in with two Alpha Jets from the start, which is nice. Cobra's still hitting that until we can get our Chaparral. I'll finally move that over to kill it. Now here's the push. 3 BMPs coming across the bridge. We have our tow 2s in position. We're gonna bring up our Abrams. Osa is gonna take down the Cobra there. So we do lose our right side. The Warrior still is up. We're gonna get the Abrams up to start hitting the vehicles. All of these tows and everything like that, just hammering the vehicle support. And so we, just as long as we don't get close to any of these units, like we keep our vehicles about this far, we force them to come out and get hit. Our tanks can pretty much hit them at will, and the M113s can do their work from the outside. So that is defeat on the left side. They still have a foothold on the right, and what we see here while the Chaparral's taking it down is they got some units into this forest. Osa's back here as well, so the fight is really going to be around here, and we're gonna have to contain this and take this down. That's what we're going to be concentrating at first, making sure we solidify the left bridge so there's no push that can come across. We're going to keep on pushing this with our engineered dragons, and we know there was a couple infantry that did get loaded off because they did break line of sight, so we knew that they were there. Engineered dragon's going to start pulling back, but now we're going to get both Abrams involved here. This tow still holding, standing fast. This chaparral is out of ammo. We're gonna reload it eventually. Our ally here, I don't know what he was doing, so I don't know what the idea with this is, but at least he didn't let anyone cross. There is that. I don't know what the idea with him grouping his units up that much. I mean, he isn't doing anything with them. The T-80s are just destroying him, but yeah, I don't know. So you're taking out one motor strelky, or actually the two motor strelky. We're gonna move up this tow 2 over in this building. Pretty good building, has good line of sight in this field. Isn't gonna hit anything in this lane, but we see the OSA here. We start taking shots at it, and I'm saying, hey, let's get the tow 2 in the building immediately so we take down that OSA. We see the infantry here. They're just separate RPOs, so we can keep them at bay. We're gonna move our Abrams over as well. OSA goes down. BMP3 there. That rocket's not gonna do much. So we're gonna force this BMP3 to come down this road. When they do, they either get clapped by the Abrams, or if it goes wide, we hit it with the tow. We capture our rear objective back here, but we're gonna get our command up in this one here, and they were able to sneak. I'm not sure why this is, but they were able to get a command here, and they were trying to put commands on this side of the river. I get the idea that you're trying to hold this, but there comes a time where pushing across the bridge into, let's see, there's a tow here, another tow here, 2 Abrams, about to be a 3rd Abrams. We're gonna get a Bradley out of here to start scouting this area, so we can kind of pull back our hero to kind of learn this one, and eventually we'll have a Bradley over here as well. We're gonna get up an Ihawk. We're gonna get this up, and then we're gonna get some more chaparrals. We pretty much hold a position where we're all over the place. Now this tow, we're gonna move up into this position here. So anything that comes across this bridge immediately is getting hit with tows. Same thing with the engineered dragon. This engineered dragon is going to come up here. It's going to get shot, but we're going to pull it back, and then we have this bridgehead kind of solidified. BMP2 trying to come across, do some work. The tow 2 hits it. We're going to bring up at this point the Bradley and the Abrams and the Killer Warrior over here. This dragon, we're going to pull him up into about this position here, and he can actually see anything that tries to come down this road. So if it comes down this road at the tow, it's forced over here. We're gonna push these Abrams and Bradleys out here. We're gonna use Chaparral out on this side to stay, but in the meantime, we're gonna get the Chaparral up to hit this recon. We're not able to see this ATGM at the moment, but as we take out this MI8, I feel more confident in bringing this Killer Warrior up as well, just to be able to see it. Shot by the Abrams, misses. We still don't know what it is. Chaparral's out here. He's gonna smoke off. Trying to see some T-62s back here. No match for the Abrams, but the T-62 does have the air-to-ground missile. So there is that. The air-to-ground missile can do some damage. Getting our Kiwi supply, or actually it's a Blackhawk supply back here. So trying our supply depot. We're gonna start pulling stuff around. We have an Abrams and a Bradley taking this position here in case they come across this bridge again. Engineer Dragon's coming up. Chaparral coming up. We're pretty much, our entire plan was, while we have this section here, to kind of equalize this. Hilariously enough, if Miski would have actually came through and did an amphibious assault through here, there's no one there. The thing is, with the 39th, yeah, the MTLBs are amphibious, I think. So they could have done that and kind of completely shifted my attention. But at the end, they kind of just hold this area. So we're just gonna slowly but surely get it up. Chaparral's gonna come up and kill that MI8. What we're looking at on the other side of the bridge right now. So here I'm getting units up so we can possibly pose whatever's in these trees. We know that there was at least the separate RPOs in there. I did not know that their command was actually here. We knew this BMP-3 was back here. This is the one that smoked out and moved back. They can't get supply up on it. Eventually, I mean, we see this T-62 start taking shots here. We see this T-80 also. So we pull the engineer dragons back just a little bit out of line of sight, trying to get them out of line of sight. But the sight that these guys can see is actually decently well. So I mean, this is just out of the line of sight, so we have to pull these all the way back here if we do. T-80 now loses line of sight. Osa's back here as well. This Conqueror starts taking shots at us at one point, and we ask one of our allies to level it, and I think he ends up leveling it. I think. Could be wrong. So we're gonna push our Rangers up. Go back to our point of view. So Rangers coming up. There's that BMP-3, and it's gonna get hit while it's trying to escape across the bridge. That's not gonna happen around here. Rangers up here, these separate RPOs are very dangerous against any infantry, so we're gonna pull our Rangers back. Hopefully they survive, and they don't. We do survive with one Ranger coming back, and the RPOs are dangerous against infantry. Now, one of the biggest things is they can't reinforce with our 3 units here. So that really means that we can whittle these down if they don't have the infantry. But I don't have the infantry to push that as well. So we're going to get this tow up. This tow is going to end up... I think back here. And then we're gonna get some Jaeger Aufklär in. Pretty good unit 11. We're gonna have our Alpha jets trying to bomb those. Osas take a couple of shots. SU-27 comes in, kills one Alpha jet. We hit it with the Chaparral, or actually we hit it with the IHawk. We lose both aircraft though, because the other one goes down off another shot, I think from either Miski, or maybe that was the anti-air. The TOW-2 is going to come in. We're going to put this TOW-2 right here. So we have 2 TOW-2s looking at this bridge. An Abrams, 2 engineer dragons, which we end up putting one of the engineer dragons here and moving this M113 over here for this attack. I felt pretty good that if anything were to come across this bridge, it's dead. Like, there's no getting away from that. Couple TOW-2s. You have the engineer dragons up here with full ammo. This one's not full ammo, but I'm gonna need it. Bradley out here as well. Like, that's just not gonna happen. And so the fighting's all gonna be on this side, obviously. The Rangers are occupying this house. We're gonna keep holding it. Jaeger Aufklär. There comes the missile I saw. It did miss the M113. This essentially it's the just a regular M113A3. Here I asked for fire support because it's coming from this building. I'm not sure how they're able to see that. Oh no, I do. They're able to see over. We're gonna move in the Jaeger Aufklär. We're gonna move in all the M113s. And we're gonna move in everything in the Rangers. And we're gonna see if these vehicles can take down everything. So with that, with the Alpha strike or the Alpha jet bombs, kind of took down some of the trees in this area. They're obviously gonna be behind this tree line. I'm using the move hunt, so the instant they come into contact, they'll start firing. And here it is. It is the most tracked with BMP, which is going to take shots at the M113 to start with. And there it is. These Rangers are going to come up in contact. We push Motorstrucky back. Jaeger off Claire comes up. RPO still have a couple of ammo shots left, I'm sure. Jaeger off Claire moving back. Our engineer's flash could have been useful in this attack. I call for fire support here. There's the fire support coming in. Kills that building. Or whatever's there at least. Their artillery starts hitting our infantry, but it's behind us, so we're gonna push forward from this. We're trying to kill the Motorstrucky to start with. Rangers only have 6, but they're pretty strong against some types of vehicles. We're gonna move those back. Engineer Flash is gonna take their spot. The worst thing out of this is the Jaeger off Claire retreating. They're routed. If they are not routed, we're able to push this. Like, we're able to take down the Motorstrucky at that point, and the engineer's flash probably help with the RPO. I mean, the RPO is just defenseless against any armor, so they could handle that, and we have that kill. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that we could have did, but we just failed to be able to do that because of the Jaeger off Claire. BMP's Motorstrucky still here. Trying to kill them as fast as possible, but it's gonna take some time. Is your flash with their M16s? They only have M16s. M113, we're gonna bring in another one in here. Still pushing it. Artillery comes in on these engineer dragons in the supply. We're gonna move the supply back. Engineer dragons are gonna move up. Still trying to find this. More artillery coming down on our engineers. So from here we thought, okay, someone's providing some type of line of sight. I don't know what it is. But we also know there were OSAs back here. So we're gonna bring in an F4 and we're gonna see if we can take anything. We're gonna have it do a seed sweep along the river, come across and bend to the south and retreat back. There's an MI8. Here comes as well. It's gonna be the Alpha Jet. We probably wanted to have. That's a good stun. And unfortunately, it's not a kill. There's 3 OSA back there. So we're gonna pull this seed through. We're gonna hit this first OSA we see. The second round's gonna kill it. Third one's for good measure. He's out here. He's gonna bug out this direction. He's gonna see more. Here's a cub. He's gonna take a shot at the cub. Cub's dead. Second cub there taking a shot. Strella's taking shots. I think this one's probably a radar AA. That's way too far for it to be normal AA. And now here we go. Here's the push. So we have multiple Abrams, and the Killable Warrior, and the Tochu is going to start taking shots. Unfortunately, I could not actually single out the anti-air. So our Killable Warrior goes down, but the Bradley is still here. SU-25AT takes out one of our tanks, but it's going to be destroyed by 2 Chaparrals. We still have a tank and a Bradley up over here. This Mi-24 is going to be killed by the Chaparral. We don't want any of these rockets to be hitting anything. Well, first miss. Second hits, it's stunned. Go for a third. Third misses. 4 times the charm. 4 times the charm from this Chaparral as it's out of ammo. This Abrams is routed. We're going to move all the infantry back and we're going to start holding this line back here. So we start seeing Miski come through. That was his push across. Pretty good defeat. They came in kind of sort of piecemeal. We're gonna bring in our own, this time an MLRS, and we're going to just hit this area where this command is. TOW 2 comes out. It's now officially out of ammo, and that's a miss. 2 T-62s coming in. We're gonna pull this Abrams in. We pulled this Abrams in way too far. What we should have done is pull the Abrams back through here and filled in this gap through here. But now the Abrams is just out in the open. TOW Cobra out here taking shots at the motor stalky BMP. Its tows are coming out as well. The first tow is going to hit. This T-62 stuck in the bridge. It's going to take a shot at the Abrams and kill it after the motor stalky BMP take it down. We're going to move the Jaeger off Claire back. Bradley's still taking shots. At this point, this Abrams retreats all the way back down the map border here. We're going to get some supply up for this tow because it is important to hold this side. Then we stagnate it. We're going to bring up a couple of Jaegers, everything to kind of reinforce this whole area. We're going to scout a little bit with the TOW Cobra. I don't like what I see, so I'm going to move him back and eventually get him resupplied. This Bradley out here. I noticed this supply doesn't have anything. We can't get this Bradley up. The priority is the Abrams. We're going to get this supply here to get these Chaparrals and Ihawks up because we're going to send this supply to regroup and come back over here to start resupplying all of these. So there's one more push. We had a bunch of rockets coming in from T2. I kind of wanted him to push this or help me, and he just kind of invested in rockets, which tends to happen on a 10v10. I actually had a match just before this where it was mostly just our arty spam, and because it was mostly arty spam, we were able just to roll over them because there was nothing to fight on the ground. So we're going to give a little bit of ground to this tree line here. We're going to solidify into here and kind of set it up. Bring in another Abrams. Another 2 more supplies, some more supply vehicles. That's the big one there. We're going to get these 2 supply vehicles to our supply helos to start reloading. I had that A10 called up, but I think it ultimately came through. That shot probably from over here. It had the bug out. So I'm on the edge of the map. I need to bring it over here and then proceed it north, if that makes sense. Miski's T80, and from here I'm seeing that there's 2 people attacking us now. T80 though almost took that tow on the side. I start seeing the whole thing there. Building does go down. Missile comes in from the Bradley. Good hits. TOW Cobra coming up now. This Abrams is going to start coming up. It's going to smoke off the T80. Now I don't move this out of the house because I don't recognize it's not in the house, but it's pretty much dead at this point either. Anyways, TOW Cobra is going to take some shots here. Miski's going to try to push, and we are going to counter push into him to make sure these tanks are dead. So this T80 is out here. TOW Cobra gonna start hitting the motor stalky. We thought the command for this area is here. They have another command in. Shirley takes a shot at the TOW Cobra. We move it back. Abrams coming up. He doesn't see it yet. Bradley misses that. Jaeger goes right into this structure. This Abrams has to pull back because we're getting artilleried. ATGM misses the Bradley. ATGM from the Bradley kills the other tank. We're gonna get some arrow rifles up. We need a quick response to this, so we bring in a Blackhawk. But what I also wanted to do is put the Blackhawk in this space because I was kind of worried that we'd see something come in between here. So we're going to drop off the arrow rifles and put the Blackhawk over here. SU-22 with the cluster comes in. It hits our Abrams and our supply and kills our Cobra. So that is just unfortunate. We do kill it. Our artillery starts hitting their command, so that vehicle's dead. ATGM's on the T-80, that kills that. So we've stagnated another attack on the right from 2 people. I don't know what this was supposed to be. When I saw this, I thought he was marking units. So that's why I put my Blackhawk here, and I eventually put a tow. They can see the other side of this. Go around here. They can see this road. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Would have been a smart plan. So many artillery going off. And on the other side of the map, there's just massive air battle going on. But Toby and Lasco just could not hold against the sad Pepe and Gamer. They had a pretty good, and Bondi Vet got the toehold over here. So it's 3 against 2 on this left side. That was the key. I have 3 against 2 on the left, fold it, and I just have to hold this one side. Ultimately, we do see a third person come over here, and it's just good micro. I'm not particularly good at micro or particularly good at Warno, but it was just at another level in this game. I was just in sync. Maybe it's because I've just watched more Warno videos lately. I don't know. So kind of stagnant at this point. They're getting ready for another push. Miski has his T-80s in here. Orbit's trying to push some Motorsucky across. We're going to see some more Motorsucky coming across as well. Some Grenzers. Some Razvitka. Going to come up with the MI2. So here's Dope coming in. So there's the third guy coming through. And with this, they should roll over us. But the thing that we have to funnel them through this point actually helps us a lot. Here comes Miski. We see this MI2. I'm going to kill this MI2 as well because it is affording recon. Weird thing is this MI2 also had people in it, I believe. So I'm not sure why they didn't take them out.
Someone need a guardian angel?
We get an extra command, an M1 Abrams, because we don't want them to just snipe this leader. So we bring in another Abrams. So at least if this one gets sniped, this one's up. This one gets sniped, this one's up. Chaparral coming up, gonna try to get shots in this MI2. Air rifles filling this gap. I should have recognized that this tow is not in a building. But the fact of the tow being here, I should have just pulled it back in these woods. But I thought it was still in the building there. It's just not something I recognize. We bring up a tow back here. Another tow 2. And establish our Bradley and Abrams lines back here. And I should have taken this MI2 out way beforehand with that Chaparral. So thinking to myself, maybe we should bring this tow over here. Once I saw more and more units kind of flooding over here, I put this tow back because I end up ordering another tow. We're going to order another Abrams as well to come up here. Artillery come down the tow 2 and it's behind it. So I push the arrow rifles up and that's when I physically see all of this stuff up here. So we see finally in the Motorstruck BMP here. And I'm saying, okay, there's still a push over here. I'm going to pull this tow 2 back over here. See the Blackhawks, in case there's an amphibious assault or anything like that, we put them right here. So ticking score, we've had a ticking score pretty much the entire game because of success on the left. It's now up to 5. No, it's now 4 because one of the backcasts was neutralized. T-80 BV here. We're gonna get to the air rifles and take some long shots at it. MLRS is actually reloading. We're gonna lose those air rifles pretty fast. We move up one of the Abrams here to fill this gap. So when we see this T-80, we want to take shots at it. It's not working, so we're gonna get this MLRS up, and then it's gonna take shots. We're gonna bring in a rocket Cobra. And finally, this BMP comes out just a little too far, where the Kiowa starts being able to shoot on it. We hit it once, stun it. We're gonna move it in our Abrams. It's gonna take a shot, one hit on it, and it is dead. This Abrams gonna take shots, kill that BMP, and Baratusa does avoid the toe shot. We saw now the motor stalky BMP is coming out, and now we're just gonna take shots at this motor stalky coming at us. Artillery hitting their back line. Abrams gonna be on the map border here, gonna take shots. Cobra's gonna come up, start laying down some hate with the rockets. One more Chucky's down. Bradley's gonna move up because we see this tank back here. Cobra's gonna take more shots at the Sappery. Sappery's down. Toe 2 takes a shot at the Command T-80. It does hit it once, but the Command T-80 kills our toe. Cobra's coming through, hitting here. Gonna take more and more shots. We're gonna move that Cobra back because it is out of ammo. We're gonna reload it. The Kiowa's gonna come up because we saw a T-80 BV back there as well. We're gonna move the Bradley back. It was looking. Finally see again this MI2. This needs to be killed. We bring in a strike against where that T-80 was. We do stun them both, but ultimately we don't kill either one of those, which is unfortunate. So that's what we're aiming at, but we don't kill either of them. They see our command from this. And so I'm saying, hey, we need to get the Chaparral. It needs to kill this MI2. I'm gonna move this back here, and then we're gonna just spread it out. Abrams, though, is not gonna go down. We do escape it out of that little artillery bubble, and we're gonna resupply it. And that's when the Chaparral finally comes out because I've had enough of this, and we're just gonna kill it. Even for me sacrificing that Chaparral, it needs to die. T-80 coming out, but the greatest thing is that T-80 cannot see that, and that will be the end of your game. So it was a pretty good stuff. We had the most conquest points because, I mean, we did pretty good. Not the most kills, second to most kills, which is kind of weird for us. The kills here, that Cobra that came out in the front did work. ATGM, Razvitka. We killed the UAZ. I think that ended up having a Razvitka in it, so so they took a little extra damage from that. This killed a warrior that we started with 2 BMP2s and a BMP3 and a BRM. That is massive for an initial engagement. Toe 2 had 1 BMP. This Abrams had a couple of infantry units. The Chaparrals took down 2 or 1. This is actually like a missile, a rocket helo that's recon. So that's a big one there against the Mi-24, and then these two are unarmed, but the Mi-8 still give you some kind of recon capacity. And also an SU-25. Abrams only took out that motor Strelky. This toe 4 BMP2s, an OSA, motor Strelky, a T80 BV, and a Bertusa. This is the one that was in the house on the right side. Did some great work, some good ATGMs. Engineer Flash just took out the Igloo, wasn't great. This was the fighting in the forest. We should have taken out multiple OSA here. Instead, the turn to the left, we did take out a Cub, but it wasn't over our AO. This is Bradley. Good kills. Hit a T80B on a side with a tow. And then 3 BMP2s and a Strela. This tow Cobra killed 2 T62s. More Strelky, some more Strelky there for the Abrams. Pepperell took down that M22. That was a good cluster strike on our supply, and it hit the Cobra back there as well. MLRS took out the command and those murder Strelky in the building. T80 from another tow 2, and then the Bradley that we ended up replacing on the right side, 2 BMPs and motor Strelky. This kill had a couple of vehicles as well, so that was pretty good that we started off killing with so many kills. This isn't an order for whatever reason. Oh, these are only our losses. That's our losses. This is chronology. We didn't get the first kill, obviously. So a good one on Darkstream 10v10. We're getting better at the game, so there's that. So thanks for hanging out, guys. Go and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.